Hey guys, welcome to my channel and welcome back if you're returning. It's Fiery Moon and I'm here to do the General Collective weekly reading. Um, it is April 6th as I am recording this. We currently have Sun in Aries, Moon is in Leo. I was guided to start out with some charms for this reading. And then we will be using the Lustrous Tarot, and I am going to be doing a Celtic cross spread. I don't know why this spread came to me, but I guess it's, it's I haven't done one in a while, and it just feels right. So we're just gonna go with the flow. Know that the time as well as the energy is fluid. Only take what resonates and leave the rest. And I can't stress, know your energy, but more importantly, know your story. Don't try to make it fit. If it's not for you, it's just not for you, and that's okay. So yeah, we're gonna start out with some charms. See what comes out. What messages of guidance, healing, truth, love, wisdom, acceptance, understanding, as well as protection that we need as it pertains to the collective and the energy surrounding this week. Okay, so the first thing out we have I guess this would be like, it looks like a sheep to me. Man, it feels like a sheep. And that's making me feel like, because what I'm hearing is like guidance, like a sheep. I mean, I'm not gonna say like a sheep needs guidance, but it almost feels like an energy of like someone not knowing what to follow, or I hate to even say like who to follow, because you shouldn't follow anyone. But it feels like almost like a lost sheep energy is what I'm feeling. And whether this is you or just, the energy, or someone, your energy, energetically, connected to. Um, yeah, like I feel like, yeah, like lost sheep, is the energy like that I'm getting from it. Like someone needing like some type of direction is the best way that I can explain it. I was sitting here looking up on my phone, like I just typed in the word lost sheep, and it says a disadvantaged or marginalized person who can be brought back into the fold with little effort. Um, let's see what else we get. Ooh, dropped it. What is this? Dropped it again. Oh. So this looks like, it almost looks like a little house with a, like there's a shovel on it, a shovel, and I guess this would be what you would like consider like dirt. I don't know. But with this charm, I'm, I'm hearing like lost their way home, lost their way home. So whoever the sheep is could have lost their way home. Whether that's, physical or, like in a metaphysical or spiritual way. Like someone lost their way or can't find their way back. Lord. Yeah, one more. Because it just makes me feel like an energy of wandering. And then we have a black star coming out. And I'm hearing dazed and confused, dazed and confused. I don't know, it feels like someone is just, lost, wandering, can't find their way, whether this is back home physically for some, or, like I said before, in a spiritual sense where like it just makes me feel like someone is either having a hard time finding their way or finding like their way back to themselves, because the color black, this black star is really sticking out in the context of black is like all of the colors mixed together, and it makes me feel like, yeah, there's just a lot of unknown, uncertainty, nothing's clear. It may be dark physically or metaphorically for this person, or take it how it resonates. It really just feels like a dark cloud is over someone. Um mm, Get one more. Oh man, I don't know who this energy is, but it feels like, because I'm hearing all hope is lost, all hope is lost. So they could be feeling this energy, like all hope is lost. I'm saying like can't turn back, can't turn back. So I don't know, because normally when I hear can't turn back, it's like the hands of time. And then we have a blue rose. And you know what it's making me think about? The rose from Beauty and the Beast. That's what it's making me feel like. Yeah, so it says, I just looked up the rose, and it says, the rose from Beauty and the Beast is a magical flower that serves as an enchanted hourglass for the beast symbolizing his time to find true love before the last petal falls. If he fails to do so by his 21st birthday, he will remain a beast forever. And they're drawing me to, like how the movie starts, where they're, telling the story of the beast, of how the old woman went and knocked on his door, and because of how, the way that she looked, he, turned her away. But she turned out to be, basically what is considered like an enchantress. Is that how you say it? And it was like he was almost being tested to see how, he would treat this woman, like if he would, give her refuge for the night. But he turned her away because of, like, I guess in a sense you can say it was the vanity within him. And she ended up, putting the curse on him with this rose. And, it almost feels like, how can I explain it? Like that energy of, like judging a book by its cover. And judging a book by its cover. So I don't know if someone, you may have judged, someone due to their, appearance, or, something to that effect, or them you, but whoever did the judging is like finding themselves in a very, like seemingly dark place right now. I don't know how I feel about that, because that's crazy. Because I'm hearing the words less desirable. So they could have, you could have, or someone may have judged you because what is, like they're saying, the standard, what is the standard of beauty, or, society's standard of beauty? Maybe either you don't fit that and someone judged you because of that, or, it could be vice versa, where you could have judged someone because they, their outward appearance is different than what society deems as desirable or beautiful, or whatever the case may be. It's a very shallow mentality to have. I don't know, but let's jump on in, cause what's going on, Spirit? What messages of guidance, healing, truth, love, wisdom, acceptance, understanding, as well as protection do we need as it pertains to the collective? And the energy surrounding this week. Now I'm hearing the word shame. So someone could be feeling ashamed for, judging someone by their outer appearance. Let's do one more. Alright, so bottom of the deck we have the Fool. And that's just making me feel like foolish. Someone was foolish. Someone was very hasty and impulsive almost in making a decision. Someone could have acted before thinking. Then we have the Two of Pentacles. With the Page of Wands. The Six of Swords. And the Temperance card. And this makes me feel like whoever made this, like they're saying rash decision. I don't know if they could have been, in search for a new beginning, something, more exciting. It almost makes me feel like saying like looking for some type of attention or recognition with this Fool energy as well. Like, because, the Fool is Aries energy, but the Sun is exalted in Aries. So it makes me feel like someone was like too self-centered. And now it's almost like with the Two of Pentacles, they're questioning the decision that they made. And it could have been because they didn't want to let go of something. Or they weren't ready to let go of something. It's almost like they weren't ready to let go of this Page of Wands. Because the Fool energy could also be an energy of, taking a leap of faith. Going in a new direction. But also wanting, like with the Page of Wands, what I'm feeling is like, it's almost like someone didn't want to grow up. And what I'm feeling is like, for whoever's in this energy, this Page of Wands, like they were like, normally I get this energy off of the Knight of Wands where they're like thrill seeking and, thrill chasing and wanting that excitement, that passion or whatever. But it feels like with the Six of Wands, like something passed them by. Something passed them by. And now it's almost like with the Temperance, it's almost like because they're saying miss the boat, like they missed the boat. And now it's like almost watching those who didn't miss the boat head to this Temperance energy. let's see, because I don't want this to be too long. Alright, Spirit. So can I get one for what's the situation? What's the situation? Like I said, we are doing the Celtic Cross. It's a 10-card spread. What's the situation? The Tower. Which could be a sudden event, a sudden epiphany, a sudden realization. You know, towers are inevitable. So it's not like this energy can be stopped. It's necessary when the Tower comes in. Somebody's, yeah. With the King of Swords at the bottom, it's making me feel like what I said earlier in the reading of like someone's mentality is like, it's almost like being shattered, yeah, with judgment. It's almost like if you're a masculine energy, someone is realizing that, or at least this masculine energy is realizing like this tower could be coming from the judgment that they passed on someone, or you know, it could be vice versa. But if you're this masculine energy, it feels like, yeah, so now it's almost like judgment is coming down on you. Or you're being woken up to the fact of a judgment that you made has caused the current situation that you're in via this tower to like almost break down. What can we see, Spirit? What's conscious to the collective? What can we see? Oh my gosh, oh my God, I should have called it because I felt it. I was just going to say like the Five of Pentacles. Man, I should have called it. So this person can be, you know, feeling, you know, left out in the cold. They could be physically like feeling left out, or, you know, feeling abandoned or have nowhere to go right now. And with the World, I'm hearing like what goes around comes around. Because remember, like I said, that energy that I was feeling with the story of Beauty and the Beast, it's almost like they turned away, you know, the Beast turned away the woman, you know, off the strength of just because of her outer appearance. And now it's almost like this person is experiencing that, like now they could be going to someone and someone could be, you know, rejecting them or whatever the case may be. But with the World, it makes me feel like, you know, the energy of what goes around comes around. And they could be feeling abandoned by a Queen of Pentacles energy. What's crossing this tower, Spirit? What's crossing this tower? The Eight of Pentacles. For some of them, this could be in regards to work. But it more so feels like the card of like avoidance. With the Eight of Pentacles. Like trying to avoid or act like this tower is not happening. For some of them, it could be like in regards to like also like losing money, something that they could have invested into a situation. Money, time, energy, effort. It's like it basically feels like it was all for nothing, because I'm also, like getting the energy of like someone could have shown up or looked like they were a stand-up, or Queen of Pentacles energy, and it turned out to be the complete opposite. They could have really, it could be reversed. Like instead of they showed up as this, beautiful person on the outside, but on the inside they were that, that old hag energy. I don't know. Like, but I'm feeling like it could go either way. And this whoever's in this energy with the Hangman, they just feel stuck. But the Hangman is an energy that you do to yourself. Yeah. We have the Ten of Pentacles or Ten of Swords. And the Seven of Pentacles. Something that someone thought was an opportunity turned out to be like almost their worst nightmare. And it's almost like this person is like, how, like, trying to figure out how this happened, why this happened. With the Hangman and the Seven of Pentacles. And then with the Two of Swords and the Eight of Swords, it's because maybe they didn't want to, look at some type of truth. They refused to see the truth of a situation. It could have been also fear with the Eight of Swords. But from the 2 to the 8 is that Six of Swords. Because the Two of Swords could also be an energy of someone like not wanting to see the reality of a situation, but they are very capable of it. What don't we see, Spirit? What don't we see? What's subconscious to the collective? We have the Six of Wands, but it fell, so I'm going to put it back. What don't we see? If it's supposed to come back out, it will. Oh, too many. What don't we see? Have an Empress. So there's an Empress in the subconscious. So this is a different feminine energy. Bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Wands, which is normally a decision, or at least the intention. And the words I'm hearing right now is no gimmick. So this Empress energy, whoever it is, there wasn't a gimmick with this person. So that makes me feel like if some of you are resonating on the end of maybe you were, approached by or approached a Queen of Pentacles energy, someone who looked one way but turned out to be another. That was the gimmick. Because it makes me feel like with the Two of Wands here, someone is looking like they had everything with an Empress, but they chose a Queen of Pentacles instead. However that goes for you. Or they didn't, at least they didn't act towards this Empress. Mm. Let's see the recent past. What's the recent past? The recent past. We have the Six of Wands. So in the recent past, it feels like someone could have been like, I'm hearing on a high horse, receiving some type of attention or recognition or praise or, wanting to be seen, but it was moving out of ego. And we have the Six of Pentacles at the bottom, which is an energy of, it could be looked at as an energy of reciprocity, but it could also be an energy of, breadcrumbing, not, fully investing in any situation, like almost giving just enough to get by. What's the near future? Yeah, we have the Page of Wands. Yeah, it's almost like this person regressed. They went from the six down to the page. So it's almost like someone thought that they were moving forward or moving up. They're playing what's that? Well, we're moving on up to the east side. The Jeffersons? Yeah, somebody thought that whatever they did in the past was going to like move them up. But it's almost like something came to like a screeching halt with this Page of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. So this person is like, oh shit, like especially with this Tower here and then the Page of Wands, it's almost like an energy of having to start over. Like you gotta, something that has to be done again, whether it's repeating a cycle, I don't know. It could be a message, yeah. And I didn't even know the Ten of Swords was there. Yeah, something could have, ended very abruptly with the Knight of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords. What do we need to know, Spirit? We have the Hangman. There's a change of perspective that is needed. I almost feel like, yeah, you may need to sit and like, it almost feels like a timeout. Like, put yourself in a timeout and, like, regroup with the Two of Pentacles at the bottom, because it's also like a need to surrender. What's the challenge or obstacle? challenge or obstacle. Yeah. Ugh. The Five of Swords is that need to win, that ego. That's the challenge. Because for some of you, it's affecting how you work and collaborate with others. It's that need to win at all costs. You know, it's an energy of not caring of who you hurt. As long as you come out victorious or look like the victor, they're saying look like. But like I always say with the Five of Swords, if you're a person in this energy, you know, you seemingly may have won because whoever you were, you know, it's an energy of competing, of competition. You know, the two swords have dropped. It almost makes me feel like these two people were fighting for their truth, but you're holding on to the Three of Swords, so that's hurt and pain. So it's not like, did you really win? Because you're hurt. What's the hopes and fears? The hopes and fears. We have the Chariot coming out. And that makes me feel like power. Power, because the Chariot is a very balanced energy. It's Cancer energy. It's cardinal water. And water, we all know, is very powerful. And it's almost like you hope to, you know, be able to like attain this energy. But it's almost like you fear it as well. Like you're scared of this energy as well. We have the Six of Cups at the bottom. So there's also a hope of overcoming the past, whatever this Six of Cups represents. It could, you know, represent, you know, just past emotions, past situations, past connections that you're wanting to overcome. But it's almost like you're fearing it too, because with the Six of Cups, there's like, there's either a pattern, an emotional pattern that almost like keeps you safe, that you sometimes run back to. But there's also like a fear of leaving this energy behind, because it's almost like, what would you be without it? But it's keeping you stuck. Yeah. See, we have the Eight of Wands with moving on. So it's like someone is caught in between the Eight of Wands and the Two of Wands, which is the Six of Wands. Like, because you want to move on from the past. But it's almost like as soon as you know, you make that, you make the decision, be like, okay, I'm going to let this go, whatever the case may be, whatever it is. You make the decision, but then you don't act. And when you do act, it's almost like, because they're showing me that the Fool was going backwards. And then it's almost like you find yourself just like trying to maintain, not wanting to give something up. You go from the Two of Wands to the Two of Pentacles, and that's a tough cycle to break. I get one for the possible outcome? Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing that could be the outcome is just, staying in familiarity with the Six of Cups. But it's like it's almost 50-50. You can either the outcome is you actually moving on from it, but it's almost like you can't bring your ego with you. That's what it feels like. Between that 8 and 2 of Wands, we go right back to the 6. It's like someone keeps, every time they get to the point where they can almost elevate or grow or expand, they go back. Can I get one for this tower? What is this tower? Yeah, we have the Hierophant, which is some type of morals or values or some type of tradition is being broken down for the Wheel of Fortune to be able to come in, to provide that opportunity for growth and expansion. Yeah, almost growth, expansion, balance with the Four of Wands. Like being able to work with others, because it's almost like this person has a hard time like working with others. I almost want to say honestly. Give me one for the Eight of Pentacles for what's crossing. Whatever they built their morals and values on, that is crumbling. And like I said, the Hierophant could also represent, institutions. It could represent, society. But that foundation is no more. The Eight of Pentacles for what's crossing. Yeah. The Eight of Cups. Yeah, because it almost feels like someone was putting a lot of energy, time, energy, and effort into like almost wanting to keep up with the Joneses in the most simple way. Because they're like, I'm hearing that the Jeffersons, the song from the sitcom. But it's almost like you're going to have to, like, in a way with the Eight of Cups, it's almost like you can't let what other people are saying, what other people are thinking, or how you feel, people will come at you from walking away from this. Because it's almost like there's a fear of backlash, like, but you're gonna, like, walking away, you're gonna have to face it. Like, that's what it costs. Like, people know, everybody is not gonna like it. Everybody is not gonna like it. They're not going to support you. They're not going to, it's almost like they're gonna tell you you're doing everything wrong, because it almost like it takes courage to do this. Because, like, for some of you, if this is a job, like, you may be receiving people saying shit like, oh, you shouldn't leave that job, or whatever the case may be. Like, you're not gonna have this, or how are you gonna do this? Like, whatever the fuck they're saying, who cares? It's just a whole lot of just words. But your intuition is telling you, like, nah, you got it. You're in control. With the High Priestess and the Magician. Can I get one for the Five of Pentacles? For what we see? Because I'm almost feeling like the energy of, like, again, over here that we pull with the charms, like that outcast energy. Because remember, in Beauty and the Beast, you know, he stayed up in that castle. Like, he kind of outcasted himself. When you think about it. We have the Three of Swords coming out for the Five of Pentacles, yeah. So this almost makes me feel like the energy of being alienated. And for some of you, like, not for nothing, we have Justice at the bottom. It could be your karma. Yeah, ooh, damn. With the Justice and the Ace of Swords, yeah. This is karma for how you could have treated someone, or, you know, if it's vice versa for how someone treated you. This is their karma. Like, I feel the energy of, like, someone just being humiliated. And I don't like that feeling. Like, I really do. Like, I feel like someone either is feeling humiliated, was humiliated by a situation. Um, hmm. Like, someone just wants to hide their face. Can I get another one for this Five of Pentacles? Yeah. Ten of Cups. And then the Seven of Pentacles at the bottom, and that's like, what? Like, I almost feel like someone's saying, like, what did I do? What did I do? They could have made a hasty decision to separate from someone. You know, the Three of Swords could be a card of separation, breakup, but it could also be a card of pain. If someone is, you know, in this energy because they decided to separate from someone, they're realizing that it was the Ten of Cups. But they didn't want to let something go. With the Five and the Seven of Pentacles, it's that Two of Pentacles, yep. Act like, you know, it's almost giving me like a very nonchalant energy with that Two of Swords. Like, nah. Because it's almost like they knew what they were doing. Can I get one for this Empress for what we don't see? Where are we at? The Empress for what we don't see. Yep. The Seven of Wands. They could have, you know, resisted or outcast this Empress. They could have been very defensive against this person. Or at least their defenses were up to this Empress energy. because it's almost like whoever this is, they knew that a change would be required, and it's almost like they didn't want to change. And you got to be like, not for nothing, you got to be a damn fool to be defensive against an empress. You definitely do. Ah, come on. And look what was on the other side of that change. Damn. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. And with the hermit, yeah, that spirit showing you like, damn. Because the hermit carries the star. And it's almost like this feminine energy, this empress could have been brought, like, could have been shown to you, could have been, even brought into your life to help you heal, because in the lantern is the star, which is hope, healing, and wish fulfillment. And you, it's almost like giving me the energy of like challenging or even like trying to compete with this person. But it's like it's all you could think about now, because there's the only thing, like, it's almost like spirit put you in a sit down with the Four of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Seven of Swords. And for some of you, or whoever's in this energy, they're sitting there thinking about what they invested in. They were investing in like dragging their feet, but was investing in the Seven of Swords. For some of them, being sneaky, lying, conniving, cheating, being very deceptive, malicious, and not giving a fuck about it either. Because he's holding on to that Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is here. Like, as long as I'm getting away with it, or seemingly so, like, But from the 7 to the 4 is this 3. And the 5, he's holding the 3. This person caused their own heartbreak, caused their own pain. They could have even caused pain for you or you them, however this is resonating for you, and thought that they were going to get away with it. But finding themselves on the outside now, like, damn, I kind of don't even want to finish this. Can I get one for the recent past, the Six of Wands? Yep. The Star. Get another one. It's almost like because this is how you want it to be seen. you want it to be seen as like, it almost is giving me like the end all and be all person, like this grand person. And for some of you, you were shown that there was a feminine energy who was actually that and didn't have to do it in the Six of Swords or the Six of Wands way, like via ego. Can I get another one for the Six of Wands in the recent past? And for some of you, this is reiterating that you walked away from the star. And it could have been through chasing your, desires, lusting after something or, others or whatever the, like, with that Ace of Wands between the 6 and the 7. I had another one for the Six of Wands. Yep. The Ace of Cups. It's almost like you just wanted to receive what you wanted. You wanted everybody to like love you and like, because it almost feels like it gave you a boost. It's almost like, because I feel like doing this, like you wanted to be praised. Like, what? For what? And showered with love. As like, it's almost making me feel like with this Eight of Wands, like, it's almost like you thought that you were gonna, advance and move forward without having to put in much effort. But all you did was made it harder for yourself with the Ten of Wands. Because now we're led back to, from the 8 to the 10, that Two of Wands, the decision. There was a decision that was made. Damn. Can I get one for the Page of Wands? Where are we at? Page of Wands. Yeah. Sheesh. We have justice coming out. For the near future, this Page of Wands. This was a karmic lesson for this person. A lesson of like not wanting to let something go. No matter what it is. Can I get one for this Hangman for what we need to know? And it almost just feels like you did it to yourself. The Hangman. We have the Queen of Cups. It's almost like this is making me feel like for some of you where you rejected a feminine energy, it's almost like what you wanted, you realizing this person had already like within them, for themselves, within themselves. And now it's like, oh, with the Knight of Cups, like, now you want to like it's almost like come in and give, or now it's almost like you want to open up to this energy. And some of you, you're realizing how you took emotionally from this person, because I've never seen it this way. This is the first time I've seen it, in this context where the Queen of Cups, her cup is full. Like it almost makes me want to say it stays full because she loves herself. So she didn't, it's not like it's the Queen of Cups. She didn't need you to pour into her cup. Your cup was empty. And it's almost like it's giving me the energy of like, again, you being very defensive coming at this person for like not filling up your cup. But they can't give you that. They can't fill up your cup. That's your job. Because the Knight of Cups could be an emotional manipulator. Like, you don't want to invest emotionally into situations, but you want people to pour into you. Like, I felt this over here. Can I get another one for the Hangman? Yep. And this person didn't miss the boat. They said they didn't miss the boat. This person made a judgment call, this feminine energy, to move on. And it's like you're seeing that. Anybody that loves themselves is going to do just that. They're gonna get the hell on if they're somewhere, if they're at a table and love is being served. And now you're being shown your selfishness. And like I said, for some of you, as this King of Wands, this masculine energy, realizing that you were a fool, because it's almost like you had a big head. The Five of Swords. So you sabotaged that opportunity. Or some of you thought that you were getting it. That's what you made your decision based off of, thinking that an Ace of Pentacles was going to come in. But it seems to me like in that decision, you were let down. You regret it. There's regret. There's denial. Sheesh. It's almost like you took on, like, it's giving me this energy of taking on, you know how they say biting off more than you can chew? Can I have another one for the Five of Swords? It was a control thing with the Magician, where it's almost like this was almost like a misuse of power. You thought that you were just gonna, sit back and, have everything like almost come to you. Shit. I wish. Yeah, that cycle's done. And now it's like you're just, again, this is that, they're saying the sheep, this is that sheep energy, expecting something, but with the moon here, it's like, it's the unknown. It's almost like for some of you, you feel like something is being, either held or blocked from you, and you don't like it. Can I get one for the Chariot, for the hopes and fears? The Chariot for the hopes and fears. Why is the Chariot here for the hopes and fears? We have the Ten of Pentacles coming out again. And that could be an energy of, you know, you want to get to this Ten of Pentacles. But with the Two of Pentacles at the bottom, we're led back to this Eight of Pentacles of what's crossing you. What don't you want to let go or walk away from? What is it? Because this indecisiveness, this not knowing what you want, or knowing what you want and not taking the action, you're stuck between the 8 and the 5. Because the 2 to the 7 is the 5. And it's almost like you stay at rock bottom. Because for some of you, you may feel like, you know, you don't deserve it. You may feel like you don't have anything to offer. You don't want to look at your emotions. So that's causing confusion. Or you're deluding yourself. Can I get another one for the Chariot? The Page of Swords. And again, that deals with how, like, it almost makes me feel like how you're going to be seen. You want to be seen as someone that has this Ten of Pentacles. That's your hope. But the fear is that, like, for some of you, you don't want to face the reality of that not happening. Or, you know, with the Two of Swords. Or the fear of how you'll be seen if you don't have, like, but it's not like if you don't have it or how other people see you. It's you just taking the time out to do the work. Who cares how people see it? You gotta care, like, how you see it. And some of you, it's just accepting the fact that, you know, you blocked it by not wanting to be real. So it's almost like, it almost makes me want to say with the world, like, time waits for no man. Like, what did you think? And can I get one for the Six of Cups? That was fast. The Emperor. Yeah. You gotta make peace with your past. Or whatever, like, reconciled emotions or patterns that you're holding on to. Can I get another one for the Six of Cups? We have the World. And the Ace of Swords, yeah. You gotta close out this cycle. And it almost feels like get control of yourself. That's what it feels like, needing to get control of yourself. Like using your power the right way. Not in a way that is going to keep you like in this status. Yeah. The Devil. because that speaks to, status. It speaks to time. It's Saturn energy. And it's what's keeping you stuck and limited and like I almost feel like in bondage. Why is this devil here? Why is this devil here, Spirit? The devil. Yeah. You gotta call this out. You gotta deal with that. On the Fool. Because it has you doing things that you later regret. It has you making poor decisions, making poor judgments. Because it's almost like either you feel obligated to something or someone of your past or a situation, whatever the case may be. For some of you, it could even be a job. But it's affecting your judgment. Can I have another one for the devil? And keeping you stuck in the cycle. The devil. The Three of Cups. And then the Seven of Swords. And I'm hearing Tupac's Do for Love. For some of you, you're tied to like either people or a person that they don't have like the best intentions for you. It's almost like becoming a product of your environment. Like you're around people that just like manipulate you, so you manipulate other people. That lie, like it's. I was looking up the song. Mm. Oh no, that's crazy. That's a lot, I'll say. Um, I'm gonna get the guidance and advice from the Oracle of the Seven Energies. What's going on, Spirit? What's the guidance and advice as it pertains to this energy and spirit for the collective and the energy surrounding this week? What's the guidance and advice? What's the guidance and advice, Spirit? These are too many. I didn't know it was two. I thought it was only one. Oh, but we'll keep them. There was one card out. And it was the into me I see. Yeah, so some of you are like, this is almost making me feel like being introspective. By being introspective of yourself, you're seeing, like, it's almost like that's being reflected back to you in whatever situation or circumstance you're in right now. So it says, what's this? A tall tale. So it says, the key concepts are denial, concealing the truth so that you can manipulate and control a situation, fear-based communication, creating a narrative to hide behind, not allowing the fear of what others will think to influence your words, learning to communicate from a place of authenticity. And it says, you or someone else is telling a tall tale right now. You'll always know if a falsehood is spoken because it doesn't feel grounded. When you lie, you get high on an illusory sense of power that is doomed to fail at some point. You feel driven by the fear of exposure, but something makes you stick to your story even though you know it has no substance. Whatever lie we are caught up in isn't as important as the motive for it. Why does anyone lie? Perhaps we don't believe the truth is good enough, or we want to keep doing what we know we shouldn't be doing. Then there is the lie put forth while in denial, such as hiding an active addiction. In this scenario, we may believe our own lies. The tall tale, the white lie, the stretching of the truth, and the blatant fabrication are all about control. The desire for it, the lack of it, the need to maintain it so we can manipulate the outer world and hide our inner one. Today, ask for the truth. Be willing to pay the price and be okay with the vulnerability your lie is exposing in yourself and in others. Transparency is required to get to where you need to go, to be truly empowered, to reveal the strength of what is true and authentic. Any other path leads to a dead end. Remember the saying, the truth will set you free, and get ready to fly unfettered. Yeah. Wow. And then we have the land between. And then it says the key concepts: being between worlds, learning to be okay while at the threshold of what was and what will be, a time of waiting and evolving, gray areas, something essential yet still in development, and metamorphosis. You're in a process of change. You know that you were called to it and you can no longer be who you were, but you aren't sure what the next experience of your life will be. You are in between what was and what could be in a pupal stage. That's that Page of Wands. Like during the metamorphosis of the caterpillar into the butterfly. However, you can't just skip the messy parts. You have to endure the unknown and uncomfortable as you reinvent yourself. The thing is, you're not quite there yet. You have one foot in the past, even if you're ready to shed that version of yourself and become something new. You must start redefining who you are in the context of your question. What do you believe is possible when you get to the next place? Can you explore this stage of your evolution to get to know yourself better? The process in between worlds is where things get really interesting. You learn how to manage your fear, how to stay present in the now, how to see in the dark. You absorb the lessons offered to you with grace because you can't go any faster. This is a real test of emotional fortitude, patience, trust, and humility. Once you have made this no man's land your home, it will be part of you. Then whatever was set in motion comes to life. This is what you've been waiting for. When you look back, you will grow to love the place in between, for that is where you were reborn. Wow. Yeah. We're going to leave this right here. Because I'm almost like rendered speechless with this energy. I was not expecting this, but you know, somebody out there needs it. And it's almost like, I don't know. I don't know. But as always, y'all, I thank you all for tuning in with me. I definitely hope you know that it resonated for some of you. And if not, it just wasn't your story. I hope everyone enjoys the week ahead. And I will see y'all all on the next one. All right? Later.